Hey Rick, Happy New Year.
Hey, you too. Happy New Year.
I know here it is. It is January 9th, and I feel like this is like the slowest start to the new year ever. Timmy
A
was
little
at
bit slow.
on Christmas break until yesterday. It's like I
Mm.
feel like he was like retired from school. He was off so long. It's like
I
this is
know, right?
bananas.
I know. Kirsten went back to Chico State on Sunday morning, so she was home
No,
forever, it seemed like.
I know, I know, I
Ah.
know. Anyway, well, back to normal, back to the grind, and
Hmm.
yesterday, I made a post on my social media that I was talking about how little homes there are for sale.
Right.
Yeah, as of yesterday, there are about 1,172 single family homes for sale in the whole county of Orange,
Mm, mm, mm.
which is about 3,000 short of what we need to have a normal,
Hmm.
balanced market as far as inventory goes. So we're still
Right.
very, very low. As of yesterday, there were only 37 single family detached houses for sale in the city of Anaheim. So, yeah, it's been very slow. I've been on a lot of listing appointments in the last week and a half, so that's good. People are moving, but it's mostly people who have unfortunately passed away
Mm.
and a lot of trust sales. That is the majority of the houses that I have been called out for in the last 2 weeks. So, and I've got all these buyers that I've been working with for way too
Forever.
long. I mean, not that I don't want to have a long relationship with them, but man, I just want to see them get into a house so they can move on with their life.
Yep. Hmm.
And they want to get out looking, it's a new year and it's like, well, there's not too much to look at. So I thought, let's talk about, because I really feel like the majority of buyers that are out there have been looking for like 6 months or more.
They have,
Um,
or more for the most part. I think more than
I
six
think some of
months.
them have been like a year or 2 years.
Yeah.
So let's start out with a new year, a new you, a fresh
Hmm.
outlook. And one of the most important things on the face of the planet when you're looking at buying houses is to call Rick and get your pre-approval updated.
Yes.
So,
Critical.
get everything updated, especially because interest rates have changed so much in the last,
Mm.
6 weeks or
2 months.
something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And so if they haven't gotten pre-qualified lately, they should get pre-qualified, go over the numbers again for the year. And I think they'll be pleasantly surprised, hopefully.
Yeah, no, that's a great plan. I appreciate you saying that because rates have moved down from their highs in the last couple of months, and so buyers that we talk to say, for example, September, October payments are lower now.
Hmm.
So maybe they can buy more house or they'd like the lower payment. So there's more options now, and I do think we've lost some of that volatility in the market, at least for the moment. We're not seeing
Hmm.
these major price swings from week to week.
Hmm.
So I'm sorry, I like to see that kind of calmness in the market, if you will. And I
Hmm.
think we're going to kind of be that way for most of the year. Um, so I think we're going to be in a fairly stable rate environment, which is good for home buyers.
Hmm. Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like 2024 will have a stable rate environment.
Hmm.
And I feel like we'll have a normal increase in home values instead of like craziness.
Right.
And they're only the only monkey wrenches that are out there
Hmm.
is if inventory does not increase. This is going to be a big bummer, um, because that's going to drive the prices up more than a healthy amount, and or some kind of national disaster. The elections coming up, typically that's a good year for
Hmm.
finances.
Hmm.
So I mean, there's some things that could happen, but for right now I think it looks pretty good for everybody, on either side to have a home this year, hopefully.
Right. Right. And yeah, I think the important thing to know is to be ready. We stay focused on what's happening in the
Yep.
market and be ready, because when these opportunities come on the market, there's not much time to think about it. You have
Yeah.
to be ready to act. And so that's
Yes.
why we want to get those approvals updated, get the numbers updated,
Yep.
have a fresh
Here's
plan
the
in
thing.
place.
When somebody writes an offer, what you and I do is that we submit the approval letter. We do that same as everybody else, but you call the listing agent and
Hmm.
you explain about your borrower to the listing agent.
I do.
And that is the difference between getting the house or not getting the house a lot of times. As I mostly have listings. So when I have a listing and the buyer's loan officer calls us without being prompted because they're clued into what the heck's going on, and they
Hmm.
know everything about their borrower. They know how long they've been at their job, what their income's like, if they have any co-signers, if they have all that stuff in
Source of
order.
funds.
And that
Hmm.
stands out to me. So when I present the offers to the seller, I say, of course I called all the lenders. Here's this lender I wasn't able to get a hold of for 3 days, which is probably going to be the whole transaction is going to be like this.
Yeah.
Or this other lender called me unprompted and knew everything about this borrower and has them actually already completely underwritten, approved. And so they could actually close escrow in 2 weeks. Like, what's the seller going to
Hmm.
say about that? But, Rick can't do that unless you call and get everything updated and, keep them in the loop. And
Exactly.
it's not good to like do it on a Saturday or Sunday. It's like do
For
it
sure.
during the week, set
Yeah.
aside, 15 minutes during a lunch
Hmm.
or after work during the week to
Hmm.
get it done. So that way everybody's got everything on hand to be able to help you get the house. And that's
True. Well,
imperative.
the last thing we want to do, because it adds so much stress to the process, is to call on at 4 o'clock on a Saturday, say, "Hey, we're writing an offer. Can you get me an updated approval?" And then that's just so much stress. There's so much to do.
Yeah.
They're trying to jam an offer and approval, and there's other offers coming in, and it's just overwhelming at times.
Yeah.
So we'd
Yeah.
like to have the process to be a bit more smooth, and just more relaxed,
Yeah. And it's
less
like there's
stressful.
plenty of time for stressing out in real estate. There's plenty of time for stressing out. But
That's
this
for
should
sure.
not, this one you have control over. So this should not
Yes.
be. So anyway, all right. Well, I think that's really good advice for the beginning of 2024. And I wish all of our clients much fortune this year. And gosh, Rick, I really hope, we can get everybody into a house that they feel really good about this
I
year.
hope so.
That's what really drives us, and so,
Hmm.
when the market's been tough on those of us who really thrive off of seeing people happy. So we've got
Exactly
to
right.
keep moving and find some houses for these people.
That's the plan,
All right.
for
Well,
sure.
I see your cat's there now on your kitchen counter. Unbelievably bad cat
Oh my
behavior, Rick.
gosh. Yeah, boy. I know I'm gonna have to put her in kitty cat timeout or something.
I know. She looks like she's really liking that window in there. I've
She
seen
does
where
like that
people
window.
sometimes put like foil on their countertops so it keeps the cat off the counter, but I don't know. Our cats just know not to get on the counters, Rick.
Well, it's a new kitchen for her, so I think she's still exploring.
I know.
She heard my voice in here, so she came running. And we're like, "What's going on? Is the kitchen done?"
I know. She's also in shock and awe that the kitchen's not done. The cat.
Exactly.
I'm
She's like,
just
"Where's your
harassing you. Have a good
contractor?"
week. I'll see you
I
next
will.
week.
Thank you, Megan. You too. See you later,
All
Megan.
right.
Take care.
Bye.